England are quickly becoming one of the favourites to win this summer's World Cup in Russia. Spain joined Germany and Argentina as casualties yesterday to leave the Three Lions with a favourable route to the final in Moscow. No previous winners of the competition now stand between Gareth Southgate's boys and a spot in the showpiece event at the Luzhniki Stadium. On July 15, one of England, Colombia, Sweden, Switzerland, Croatia and Russia will now definitely be in the final following yesterday's drama. England return to action on Tuesday night when they face Colombia for the right to play either Sweden or Switzerland in the quarter-final. It's got fans up and down country believing that football is finally coming home for the first time since 1966 and the memorable triumph at Wembley. We've imagined what would happen if Harry Kane went up to lift the famous trophy later this month. Labour MP Emily Thornberry has already called for a bank holiday if England reach the final, let alone win it. The World Cup final will be played on a Sunday evening in Russia and there would be parties long into the night if victory was secured. There would be a few sore heads on Monday morning and, no doubt, a few people phoning in sick for work after overindulging. Declaring a public holiday might be the best option for Theresa May. Open-top bus parade. An estimated 750,000 fans turned Oxford Street, Piccadilly Circus and Trafalgar Square into a sea of red and white in 2003 to welcome England's rugby heroes back from Australia after winning the World Cup. Expect to see even more people turn out to welcome Southgate's side home if they bring back the trophy and enjoy the celebrations in London. The Queen would also host a reception for the team at Buckingham Palace. A huge fireworks display by the River Thames would go down a treat. We have them every New Year's Eve, so why not for England's World Cup party? England lit up the competition by scoring 6 times against Panama, so it would certainly be appropriate. Knighthoods were handed out when England brought home the Webb Ellis Cup all those years ago. It seems only right that our all-conquering footballers should get the same treatment from Her Majesty if they do triumph in Russia. Captain Harry Kane and manager Southgate could be knighted while the rest of the squad would be showered with OBEs. Statuesque. England's World Cup captain from 1966, the legendary Bobby Moore, has been immortalised as a statue outside Wembley Stadium. You wouldn't bet against Kane joining him outside the home of football if England bring home the cup later this month. Red Moore, why Croatia stopper wears this t-shirt under his jersey Lineker in a mankini way. All remember Gary Lineker presenting Match of the Day in his pants after his beloved Leicester City won the Premier League title. Lineker never expected to find himself in his smalls in front of the cameras, but the Foxes produced one of the sport's greatest ever shocks under Claudio Ranieri. When he was asked what he would do if England won the World Cup in a recent interview for the BBC, Lineker said he might have to wear a mankini to top his previous stunt. Baby name Sherry, Jesse, Gareth, Ruben. There could be a huge increase in popularity in these names and the rest of the squads when it comes to naming children next year. We might see a few more babies than usual being born next April as well. Read more. Psychic World Cup octopus killed despite 100% record commemorative postage. Stamps making special banknotes to mark the victory might be a bit of a stretch, however a batch of commemorative postage stamps wouldn't be a surprise. England's heroes could be replacing the standard image of the Queen on our mail for a good while after the triumph, in a nice way of saluting the squad. Golden Wembley Arch. Great Britain's Olympic champions were honoured with gold post boxes in the hometowns after that glorious summer in 2012. A simple way of celebrating a World Cup win would be to light up Wembley's arch in gold. Wembley's arch could be a different colour on July 15. The arch has been lit up in a variety of colours over the years, but there's only one choice if the Three Lions get their job done in Russia. Messages can also be beamed onto the front of the stadium to congratulate the boys. Pubs run out of beer. People will be packing out boozers up and down the country for the final if England get there. We've already had reports of shortages of CO2 needed to put the fizz in our lager this summer, and a World Cup final could see the pubs run dry. Record consumptions of alcohol would not be surprising, especially given the heatwave the country has been enjoying.